I'm 24 years old and I'm from a small town called Yarmouth in Nova Scotia, Canada. I keep my social circle very small, just my few friends and co-workers. I mention that to say I don't really know anyone who would be out to get me in any way. I browse Reddit a lot in my free time, and am an active poster. One night, I pulled up Reddit out of boredom and saw I had a new message. Not unusual, as I often get messages in reference to my posts. This one was from a now-deleted random account. The message said, "Check your email, your spam folder specifically." I replied, "Huh? Why? Who's this?" But I opened my Gmail anyway and went to the spam folder. There was one email that stood out, titled in all caps, "I know who you are." I opened the email, and it was a paragraph full of my personal information, including my full name, Reddit password, home address, and threats. The sender was demanding a one-time payment of $5,000 through Bitcoin to a specific wallet address. My heart sank. I felt a terrible sense of helplessness, like the world was collapsing around me. The first thing I did was cover my webcam with tape. Then I returned to Reddit to see if the user had replied, but they hadn't. I reported the account as quickly as I could, though I knew it probably wouldn't help. I copied and pasted the same message I'd sent on Reddit into a reply email, asking who this was, how they got my information, and if this was a prank. 5 minutes later, I received a reply in all caps saying, "No, it's not a prank. We have all your information, including where you live. Your best course of action is to do as we say, and you'll never hear from us again." I wasn't going to pay $5,000, especially since I don't make much money. I contacted all my friends, begging them to come forward if this was a joke, before I called the police. None of them admitted to it, so I knew it wasn't them. I tried to think of anyone at work who might have issues with me, but I get along with everyone. I chalked it up to my password being stolen by malware or a hacker. The main question was whether to pay the money, but that was absolutely not happening. I forced myself to go to sleep and kept my laptop off the entire next day. I used my desktop after work and changed my passwords on all other websites and apps. Finally, that night, I signed into my laptop again out of boredom and curiosity. Everything seemed normal until I noticed the taskbar had turned darker. When I minimized my windows, my desktop wallpaper was different. I recognized the image. It was of the outside of my bedroom window. The flash had caught me lying in bed, sleeping. Seconds later, a pop-up appeared with the word "pay," followed by a winking face. I immediately shut off my laptop, pulled down the blinds, and called my parents. My dad came over and helped me pack valuables to stay with them for a while. Before we left, he yelled into the night, threatening whoever was hacking me. I stayed with my parents for weeks and used my mom's computer when needed. I blocked the email address that had sent the threatening messages. I returned to my apartment a few days ago, but I'm still scared every night that I'll hear a knock at my window or receive another email. I haven't reported it to the police, hoping it was just a bluff to get money out of me and that they've given up. Story 2. My name is Miranda, and I'm 25. I've had my share of experiences with stalkers and harassment, and social media has made it far too easy. Once I received a suspicious email asking me to click a link because I was supposedly being sued by a random company. I foolishly clicked the link, and soon after, my computer became glitchy and unresponsive. Even after restarting it multiple times, it was still slow, and random sound effects would play occasionally. I was sure my computer had a virus, but I didn't realize how bad it was yet. The next day, I started getting texts from friends asking about a strange Instagram post on my account. Panicked, I tried to log in but found myself logged out. Someone had hacked my account. The picture they posted was an embarrassing cartoon meme. Moments later, my Snapchat started blowing up with messages from a random account asking me to call them. When I did, a guy in his 20s answered, showing only part of his face. He smiled creepily and stretched out the word, "hello." I frantically asked what he wanted in exchange for my Instagram account. He said some disturbing things, mentioning that he saw me every day and thought I was pretty. He claimed this was the only way he could get my attention. He told me I could have my account back if I agreed to be his digital girlfriend. Creeped out but desperate, I agreed, and he gave me the password. I quickly changed it, set my profile to private, and posted a story explaining that I had been hacked. I asked for his name and what information he had on me. He told me to call him John, and that he could get any info he wanted about me. His tone and the smile on his face were disturbing. I managed to get off the call by promising to snap him later, then immediately told all my friends. They suggested I activate two-factor authentication and deactivate my Instagram. After following their advice, I blocked him, but it wasn't over. An hour later, I received more messages from a new Snapchat account. It was him, threatening me again, saying he knew where I lived and that blocking him had been a mistake. I showed the messages to my parents and my dad called the police. As we waited in the kitchen, I got a snap from him, a video of him sitting in his car outside our house, captioned, "Don't block me again." My dad ran outside, but the car was gone. The police were no help, as there's little they can do in hacker situations. I sent a snap of the police car back to the guy, captioned, "You'll be arrested." He opened the snap and immediately blocked me. Thankfully, it worked, and I haven't heard from him since. This story has a happier ending than most, but it's terrifying how much information people can get from you online.